Okay, Green, I think his name is Representative Green, has put out articles of impeachment against Trump. So I'm going to go ahead and do the overhead for this because I know people are learning to row. Now, what I have to say about that is the way I read my cards is a little different. When I read my cards, usually for me, they are a language, okay? For me, it's a language. And each card is a different word, basically. Okay, so I read it a little different than other people. You'll notice when I do this show with Hogarth and Lena, they'll see different things in their cards, and the story in it, each card will tell a different story. But for me, it's usually more like a language, an alphabetic language, which you'll see as I go ahead and lay out the cards. So the way I do it and the way I lay out my cards is my own design. The way I read them is my own interpretation that I've gotten through just working with them until it becomes something that's natural to you. Now, everybody reads the cards a little differently, the way they see them, the way they interpret them, etc. This is just the way that I do it. So I'll leave that here, and we're going to go to the overhead, and let's look at this impeachment by Representative Green. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'll ruffle shuffle them in again some more. Now again, when I do my cards, I do them differently. People will do them and then they'll cut them like this. They'll cut them 3 times and do from the top. I don't do that. I cut the cards every time. So nothing is back to back there, except for what's underneath when I get to the end. So the reading's about the light being shed on this. So let me see if I can get this up here where we can see these. See if I can get that cord out of the way. Oop. Maybe. Okay. So the light. The information held, what we're holding to, what we've got concrete information about democracy, for democracy, about, this is usually my Biden card or for democracy. So this is for democracy information, the things that he's holding on to, the light being shed as he puts this impeachment in there. So the energy coming in, which would be your past or the energy as it's coming forward, he wants to put this light on this rapidly, very quickly taking action, because he sees what he's holding on to, that we need to go forward. We want to go forward through all these obstacles which Trumpenstein has been putting up, and get to a better place. So indeed, he is putting out this impeachment against Trump's rulership. So again, now this emperor, we see somebody wanting to be a dictator. It could also be my card for what leadership, for leadership. But this is democracy and leadership wanting to get to a better place rapidly. So he is taking this motion against Trump. What's going on today is judgment. I always get the judgment card anytime I'm doing something with Trump or the administration. Judgment comes out. There's my card for Trump. Judgment against Trump. Okay. And his past, the things. So the things that he has done in the past, when it comes to democracy and his trying to be a dictator is what he is putting out there, apparently. The challenge is, yeah, the dark government that Trump is trying to install, okay? The dark government. He sees it as a tower moment when it comes to Trump, judgment about the dark government, and things that are up in the air, okay? So all of these things he sees coming, he wants to address. So the outcome, potential outcome, is a message of truth, wanting to bring some truth out here. It's about moving it forward, the Chariot, and putting an end to Trumpenstein. Now we're going to put these over here for a second. We'll get to those. So in the very center of this, we have Trump, the nefarious government trying to be a dictator, right there. Okay, right there, laid out. Rapidly, things up in the air, all the things that Trump is doing that we have up in the air now. The four corners, we'll look at the light on the message of truth, wanting to end when it comes to the democracy, okay? So he sees Trump as a threat to democracy. Let's go here, wanting to go forward to something better. They've got what they're holding on to about Trump, information about Trump wanting to go better rapidly. They look at him trying to become a dictator. The judgment when it comes to democracy, and the light about the past, the things that he's doing. When it comes to the tower moment, they see Trump going forward, bringing about a tower moment. Judgment, this needs to end. And so he is bringing this, the dark government, all the things up in the air with that, and the past, and his message of truth about the past things that are happening. So if we go here, we'll look at the light going forward to a better time, looking at the past, the tower moments, and the messages coming out. Judgment about the tower moments, wanting to bring it to an end, and moving forward better to democracy. Okay, so that's what we get here first when it comes to him putting out, and that pretty much says the impeachment, why he's doing it. He sees Trump as a threat to democracy. Now let's look and see what we have underneath of it all. Underneath of it all is about the wealth and power. Now this could be Musk and him surrounding himself with these billionaires. There is the nightmare concern about this, a lot of concern by people with what's happening in the White House, okay? This is my card for the White House, the four of batons, which is stability, home stability, but this is my card that I have for the White House. The oligarchs, the nightmares, things that we're feeling when it comes to the White House and them trying to overturn things, to suspend it, and about holding on to our power. What are we going to do with it? He's worried about the success when it comes to ones like Musk, when it comes to the billionaires, the things that they're trying to bring into power. It's about new action when it comes to these nightmare scenarios. The wheel, I keep getting the wheel is turning when it comes to Trump and the White House. When it comes to overturning and suspending things, what we're being fed, the messages that keep coming out as to why they're doing it. And again, holding on to power, holding on to something when it comes to the steel. There is still, I keep getting something is still going to come out about the steel. Okay, that's still in motion. So this is about the what's being offered up when it comes to a victory by these oligarchs, by these once billionaires that they're trying to put into place. The nightmare, the new action is to temper this. We're looking at the things that he is holding close to his chest, and it's about the greed, the things that they're trying to take from the government, that they are out in the cold when it comes to them being able to implement all these things. And there will be new information coming out about the steel, okay? So we have wanting to make this retreat. Again, all of the information is coming out, the talents, the truth is coming out, the fullness of the truth, and wanting to retreat these things because of the feelings of loss, because of the restrictions they're trying to do. So they have got putting in place the an investigation, a new cup, going to fill that up when it comes to the truth about his nightmare scenarios, the things he's doing in the dark, his barking mad, wanting to protect as much as we can against these losses. And again, we have here the, this is the cups of desires, which he wants to limit people, his desire, and looking at this investigation so that we can bring out the full truth out to the people. This is happening across the world. We're looking for justice when it comes to what they're doing. The payoffs, we want to stand guard over the payoffs that these guys are doing. So this is being looked into, the investigation, also what has been studied, and the fullness of this when it comes to these ones investigating the truth of the billionaires and those that are surrounding Trump, okay? So that's what I'm getting now for his impeachment. We are very early into this, so I'm getting more of the background on this. At this point, I'm not getting the outcome of it, but let me pull the cards and see if it can tell us anything else. Can you give me anything more about a potential outcome? Although it's very, very early in this now, I don't know if we can get much on a potential outcome at this point, because we are quite early. And we know, of course, the Republicans, most of them that are under the thumb of Trump, will try to railroad this. So we'll have to see if there are any stand-up Republicans. There might be a couple. But let's look and see. So it's about the world, concern of the world, an agreement about this abuse of power, this attempted control in the world, okay, of the world. The information, again, we have holding when it comes to his attempted dictatorship and abuse of power. The new cup, so this is the start of this, okay? It's the beginning. And some messages that are going to come out about what he's been fed, what he's trying to do. We're coming to wanting justice when it comes to the dictatorships, his abuse of power. And we are in for the battle with that, okay? There's going to be a battle. It's not going to be easy. This is for the long term. This is a long-term fight, okay? Looking and seeing, it's not full clarity yet, okay? So we don't have full clarity yet. This is about the harvest, not liking the harvest of what's going to be there. And again, things are still up in the air. So it's going to be a struggle. It's not going to be easy. Things are up in the air. At this moment, like I said, it's a little early to be trying to read on how far this is going to go. So on that note, I will leave that here. So, yeah, let me take this down, if I can get this over, okay. We'll have to see, it's a little early to read on this. That's what I'm getting. It's given me mainly the background things and how it's going to have to play out. It's not going to be easy, okay. But we'll look into it a little later down the road once they get a little more established.